Hello everybody, this is HD Shaves here. I'm back in the video. Hope this finds you well and in good spirits. Right, so for the month of March, a lot of us are trying to use as many Stirling products as possible to say thank you to Rod of Stirling for helping organize the group buy of the Moar Boar brush, which is basically a Zenith B35. If you look on the Gentle Shaves website, but this one has a green, man, you really can't see that today, can you? This one has a green handle and a little engraving there. So I'm not going to use Stirling every day this month, but I'm going to try to use it as often as possible. Today we'll be using Stirling Green, which is their dupe take on Polo Green. This is the smaller 3-ounce soap tub and 2-ounce aftershave splash that they will release sometimes during Black Friday. This is what the soap looks like. It is reminiscent of Polo Green. It's definitely in the same ballpark, but to me, this one is sweeter than the original cologne that I know quite well. And it's still nice enough to use the soap and splash, and then I'll use the eau de toilette, I think it is Polo Green, later in the day. It still works pretty nicely. So we're gonna load the soap, not like we hate it, but like it owes us money. I've been getting better lathers with this knot this week. I saw even that there was a friend who made a little new bore tutorial video, and I still haven't checked that out, but I'll get to it in the next 24 hours or so, I bet. Yeah, Polo Green is a nice scent to me because it was the fragrance that my dad wore when I was a kid. And sometime when I was in my adolescent years, I stole his bottle from him and started using it to, you know, try and attract chicks or something. But then I don't think he ever bought another bottle. I think he kind of gave it up then. It was like only one of us could be wearing fragrances regularly or something. So he said, okay, well, if I can't use it anymore, then I'll just let HD do it, and then that's it. So anyway, it's a nice scent, memory, definitely, and it's a strong scent. You know, if it's hot and humid outside, it's not exactly something that I gravitate toward, but I think it works pretty well other times of the year. And yeah, it's like a woody chypre, I believe is maybe the technical definition of Polo Green. I kind of forget now. Let's start face lathering here. And yeah, this knot has felt very comfortable from the beginning. I think except for me the first 2 times did it feel like overly stiff or scritchy. But for such a big knot, it's 31 millimeters in diameter. I think the loft is something like 57. For a knot that big, it handles pretty well. I've used some dense badger knots over the years that have felt like more of a burden than this one. And you know, this brush is only going to get softer and more forgiving as time goes on. So I'm definitely optimistic. And that's always the thing I say, pardon me, with boar knots, is if out of the box you think it's too soft, basically, not enough backbone or something. If you think that out of the box, it's only going to get worse as you continue to break it in. So you have to consider that. And Again, I think on average, this is a generalizing statement here, but I think on average, Zenith knots are denser and lofted a little lower than, again, the average like Smoke or Omega brush, which is why I've used so many Zeniths over the years. I think I tried the copper scrubby at one point, and then I owned the aluminum handle one, the B2, I think it's called here in the US. And then I also own the B33, also another copper handled one, but it's not as scrubby. It's not set as deep as the other one. Just a touch of water, and then we're gonna maybe one more touch. I'm finding with this knot that I have to be careful to not add too much water too quickly, or else when I go to squeeze out the knot at the end, it'll just be nothing but water. But actually this doesn't look too bad. So, like I said, I think the lathers have gotten a little bit better with this brush. To complete the green theme today, we're using the Overlander with the green Knopf handle. And let's go for the first pass here. I saw somebody pointed out to me that Carve is selling these G handles. And I thought, huh, that's an interesting name for a new razor handle. And I went and looked, and I think they're calling it that because at least one of them looks just like a tech handle. And I think they really need to say that they're Gillette handles, but of course they can't say that due to trademarks and copyright and stuff. So yet another option to put onto your Carve razor. They have the original like Christopher Bradley handle, which I think is nice. That one, it's like it's got a kind of a bead blasted finish to it, and so it doesn't seem like it's going to be super sturdy when you hold it, but actually it is, and I really had no issues with that handle. But I do prefer the Knopf. It's just got a little bit more texture, but neither are like super rough or anything. Like they're not like the knurling on a Rex razor or something. They're nowhere near that, which is totally fine for me. I usually don't have issues dropping razors, but I did drop my, you all might remember my blue Captain's Choice bowl that I use in so many videos, and that finally fell to its death. It only dropped maybe half a foot into the sink, but that was enough, and it cracked and broke in half basically. And that was that. So I'm going to be really roughing it here without a bowl for the foreseeable future. I'm mostly kidding, I'm not going to be roughing it. Okay, first pass done. Let's rinse and come back for pass number 2. Here's pass number 2 with the Moar Boar brush. Okay, let's go for the second pass, and I think I'm just going to do 2 today. I'll do kind of 2 with some more aggressive touch-ups or something. I'm using a Polsilver blade in this razor today. I think at the beginning, as in fresh out of the box, I prefer the Persona Med Preps to this blade, but after 4 or 5 uses, I think they're about the same. Someone was asking about blades the other day, and I just really don't think it matters as much as I used to. Sure, you can try half a dozen, see which one suits you best, and then kind of be loyal to that blade, which is totally fine. But you can also just mix it up and see what happens. Soap thing here on YouTube, he has a bag, a small like zip bag full of just one-off blades, and he will just pick one out and say, okay, that's what we're going to use today. It kind of reminds me of another YouTube friend. He posted a video of how he picks out his aftershave, and I'm pretty sure it involved throwing something at his collection of bottles, and whatever it hit, that was the one he was going to use. So, you know, there's always a spectrum of how you make the decisions that you do in this hobby. And again, in my older age here, I want everyone to be happy with what they're doing, you know? At the moment, I'm trying to not buy anything for the entire year. I'll have to do a more complete follow-up video on that. I'm not trying to buy anything all year. I've made it 2 months so far. Nothing has really tempted me yet. And then I know people that are still, you know, buying Saponificio Varasino sets brand new and buying the full trifecta or something. Which if you buy 3 products like that from them, it's going to be over $100 or something. So, I think, like I said, there's different ways to go about this crazy little thing we do, and I'm trying to be more accepting of that as time goes on. Okay, I'm very happy with the shave. Really love this razor. Got a good performance from the brush and the soap, and now I'm going to rinse and come back and show you a new aftershave strategy that I've been trying. Okay, so hang in there. Okay, we're back. Did my usual cool water rinse and toweled off. This is what the Stirling soap pucks look like. As I missed one spot. This is what they look like when they're rinsed off. I think they're one of the easiest soaps to rinse if you're really strict about that like I am. I think it's because the soap is just so firm. So when you do introduce water to rinse it, it's not like the water really breaks up the soap texture at all. You're just really getting kind of the suds off of the top. So back to the aftershave technique. These Stirling alcohol splashes can be quite strong. I honestly wouldn't really buy a new alcohol splash, but this one I bought before I kind of knew better. And I heard from Maricus, who has his own shaving podcast, that he likes to dilute Stirling aftershave with, I think he uses their balm or something. I'm going to be using this Chatillon Unscented toner, which you all maybe remember from years and years ago, that is still hanging on. So I'm going to shake them both up, and then I'm going to try to do, and the key here is you got to get both caps off before you start pouring liquid into your palm. So I'm going to do maybe 3 douses of this This does have a restrictor, which I think is nice for a smaller bottle. And then I only need maybe 2 of this. 1, 2. Okay, so let's see how this feels. See, and that feels very nice and comforting. It's not too stingy. I think there is a little, let me see. Is there menthol? No menthol, right? Because you have to, from Stirling, they call them something else if they have menthol on them. They call them frosted glacial, something like that. Anyway, so that's a nice workaround. If you're in my position and you have some Stirling splashes and they're too strong for you, I recommend doing some sort of 1-to-1 or 3-to-2 ratio of Stirling to your favorite unscented balm, toner, what have you. So I think that worked pretty well. Thanks to Americas for the idea. Okay, so we already talked about the aftershaves. Again, the Carve, Overlander. I just really like this head geometry. I like how I don't have to tilt the razor up very much to get, a nice easy shave. I enjoy the lightweight, sort of everyday use of the aluminum material. I like the green handle. You can, choose a number of different colors on the end there. I remember when I first saw this razor, I thought black, like anodized aluminum. I wasn't crazy about it, but it's just a really practical kind of razor, and I can't recommend it enough. We already talked about Stirling Green soap and the Moar Boar 2020. It says 2022, but most of us got it in 2023 boar brush. So thanks so much to Rod again from Stirling for putting this together. And like I said, I'm gonna try to use Stirling as much as I can this month. Not every day, but most days when I shave, let's say. I'm willing to commit to a statement like that. Okay, thank you all so much. If you made it this far, as always, you can leave comments or questions down below, and I'll be happy to get back to you. So for now, this has been HD Shaves. Take care. We'll see you again next time. Goodbye.